You never forget the sound of people laughing at you, especially when it's not funny. Maya sat quietly in her wheelchair under the big mango tree near the school gate, waiting for the old tricycle that always picked her up. Her uniform was clean but faded. Her shoes had seen better days. Other students rushed past her, some looking at her with pity, some with disgust, but most with laughter. She didn't flinch. She had grown used to it. "Hey, look who's blocking the path again." Cynthia's sharp voice rang out, loud enough to turn heads. "Move, wheels!" she shouted, and her friends burst out laughing. Maya didn't say a word. She just looked down and rolled herself aside. What no one knew was that Maya wasn't poor. In fact, she was the only daughter of Chief Ken Ndubuisi, one of the richest men in Africa, but she didn't want anyone to treat her special. After a car accident that damaged her spine and took her mother's life, Maya had changed. She asked her father for a simple life, a new name, a regular school, no bodyguards, no luxury cars. "I want to see who truly cares about me," she once told her father, her voice filled with pain. "Not the ones who smile because of your money." Now, here she was alone, laughed at and looked down on. But she stayed strong because she knew something they didn't. And one day, that truth would silence every cruel laugh. Never judge anyone by what they wear or how they look. Some of the strongest people come in the quietest forms. Before the wheelchair, Maya was a star. She danced at every school event, ran in sports competitions, and dreamed of being a ballerina. Her laugh was full of life. Her smile lit up rooms. But everything changed on a rainy night 2 years ago. Her mother, a kind woman with the softest voice, picked her up from ballet class. "Your father's waiting with a surprise," she had said, smiling. But on their way home, a reckless truck lost control. The crash was loud. The pain that followed was louder. Maya woke up in the hospital. Her legs were lifeless. Her mother didn't make it. Since then, she hadn't danced. She hadn't even stood. Chief Ndubuisi was broken too. But Maya surprised him. "I'm not useless," she said one day, wiping her tears. "I'll find strength even when I can't walk." She asked for a quiet life. She wanted to understand the world not from behind tinted windows, but from the ground like everyone else. Her father hesitated but agreed. And that's how she became Maya the cripple girl at St. Felicia's School. What the other students didn't know was that every day Maya fought not just pain in her body, but pain in her heart. Yet, she smiled, even when she felt like breaking. Some people hide deep wounds behind brave faces. Be kind, you never know what someone is going through. Cynthia wasn't just any bullish. Was the queen bee with her perfect braids, flashy earrings and loud laugh. She ruled St. Felicia's like a lioness. Wherever she walked, students cleared the path. No one dared stand up to her, except maybe the teachers, and even they treaded lightly. She came from a struggling home, but she hid it well. Her mother sold fruits by the roadside, and her father had left them long ago. Cynthia was tired of being poor, tired of being looked down. Also, she made others feel small, just so she could feel big. Maya became her favorite target. She was easy prey. She didn't talk back, didn't fight, and didn't have any friends. But what hurt the most was that Maya never looked angry. She only smiled. And somehow, that made Cynthia more furious. "Smile again, and I'll push you down the stairs," Cynthia once whispered. Maya didn't flinch. Cynthia threw Maya's books in the mud, made cruel jokes, and even spread rumors that Maya was cursed. But Maya stayed calm. She wasn't weak. She just knew better than to fight with people who were already hurting inside. People like Cynthia, Maya once thought, are loud because they feel invisible. Hurting others doesn't heal your pain. Bullies are often broken people looking for power in the wrong places. One day, while waiting for her tricycle after school, Maya dropped her water bottle. It rolled down the steps. She sighed, knowing she couldn't reach it. As she struggled to lean forward, a quiet boy named Prince picked it up and handed it to her. "Here," he said softly, avoiding eye contact. "Thank you," Maya smiled. That was the beginning. Prince didn't talk much. He was shy, small, and often alone. Students called him Ghost because he was always silent. But from that day, he began waiting with Maya after school. He didn't say much, but his presence felt warm. They started sharing stories slowly. Maya learned Prince lost his older brother in an accident and was raised by his grandmother. He liked drawing superheroes and hated loud people. "I think you're stronger than all the bullies," he told her one day, "because you don't fight back." Maya laughed. "I just don't want to become like them." Their friendship grew. Prince became the first person to see Maya not as a girl in a wheelchair, not as a mystery, but as a girl with a heart, a brain, and courage. Even though the others still laughed, Maya wasn't truly alone anymore. Sometimes, the quietest friendships become the loudest supports. True friends see beyond your weakness and into your soul. The next week, Maya's shoe tore open at the sole. She had worn it for months, refusing her father's offer to replace it with expensive ones. When she entered class, Cynthia saw the hole and burst out laughing. "She's walking with her toes sticking out. Somebody give her a donation box." Laughter followed. Even the teacher gave a weak smile before continuing the lesson. But Prince didn't laugh. He bent under the desk and used glue from his art kit to patch Maya's shoe quietly. "Thank you," she whispered, her eyes wet. That evening, as her driver picked her up, he asked, "Do you want to go back to your old school?" Maya shook her head. "Not yet. I'm learning something important here." Maya hadn't eaten all day. She often skipped meals at school because she didn't want to use the crowded canteen where people mocked her. During assembly, as the sun beat down on everyone, Maya suddenly slumped forward. Her wheelchair rolled back slightly and students screamed. Prince ran to her first. "Maya, Maya!" The teachers rushed her to the sick bay. Cynthia stood at the edge of the crowd, confused and oddly quiet. Maya woke up hours later, weak but smiling. "I'm okay," she said, though her lips trembled. News spread fast. The cripple girl fainted, but behind the scenes, something in Cynthia shifted. For the first time, she realized Maya wasn't just some joke, she was a person. That night, Cynthia stared at the cracked wall of her room. Her mother had returned from hawking bananas, worn out and coughing. "Eat, Cynthia," she said, placing a small plate of rice beside her. Cynthia had always wanted more new clothes, popularity, attention. But looking at her mother now, she felt something deeper. "Shame, I made fun of that girl again today," she mumbled. Her mother turned to her slowly. "Child, you don't become rich by breaking others. You only become empty." Cynthia couldn't sleep. For the first time, she began to wonder, who was Maya really? On Monday morning, something unusual happened. Cynthia walked up to Maya's desk. "Hey," she said quietly, "there's a birthday party on Saturday. You can come if you want." Maya raised her brows in surprise. "Me?" Cynthia nodded, avoiding her eyes. "Yeah, bring your friend too." The class went silent. Everyone stared. Was the queen bee actually inviting the girl she bullied? Prince smiled. "We'll come." Cynthia walked away quickly. Her heart raced. She didn't know why she did it, but it felt like the right thing to do. Saturday arrived. Prince pushed Maya's wheelchair to the party. It wasn't at Cynthia's house, but a rented hall. The music was loud, decorations everywhere, and students danced in excitement. Then, as if on cue, a sleek black SUV pulled up. 4 bodyguards stepped out, followed by Chief Ken Nwisi in a white agbada. Everyone froze. He walked over to Maya, leaned down, and kissed her forehead. "My darling, I see you made it." Whispers spread like wildfire. "Wait, that's her father? Is that the billionaire Ken Ndubuisi?" Cynthia's mouth dropped open. Prince grinned, and then Maya stood. Yes, stood. For the first time in 2 years, after long therapy and silent prayers, she took 2 steps with the help of braces. The crowd went wild. After the party, Cynthia walked over to Maya. Slowly, "I'm sorry," she said, "for everything." Maya looked at her, then smiled gently. "I forgive you." Tears welled in Cynthia's eyes. She had spent so much time trying to prove her worth by hurting others. Now, the very person she hurt had become the strongest person she knew. On Monday morning, the principal called for assembly. He announced Maya's full identity and thanked her for her courage and humility. She hid her wealth not out of pride, he said, but out of purpose. Students clapped. Some cried. Others just stood silently, ashamed of how they treated her. Maya addressed the school. Her voice was calm and steady. "Kindness is free," she said. "I hope we can all learn to give more of it." Maya returned to school, not as a mystery girl, but as a leader. She joined the student council. Prince became her assistant and best friend. Cynthia started tutoring junior students in maths. Slowly, she began to earn real respect, not through fear, but through growth. The school changed. The laughter didn't stop, but it became kinder, warmer. Maya smiled more, walked more, and even danced again with braces on. One afternoon, Maya asked Prince, "What do you want to be?" He smiled. "An artist. I want to draw stories, maybe even yours." Maya laughed. "Let's do it together." They started a comic about kindness, courage, and being different. They called it Wheels of Steel. It became a hit across schools. Months later, Maya received a national award for courage and impact in education. News channels covered her story. Social media exploded. People from all over the country wrote letters. Many confessed they used to mock others too, and now they saw things differently. Maya held the award high, her braces shining. Graduation day arrived. Maya rolled up to the stage in her wheelchair. Her graduation cap tilted to one side. She looked over the crowd at Prince, at Cynthia, at her father, at everyone who once saw her as less. She gave a small speech. "I came here thinking I would learn lessons. I didn't know I would become one." The crowd clapped, loud and long. And somewhere in the back, a voice whispered, "She got the last laugh after all." The valuable lesson of the story: life doesn't measure people by what they wear, where they come from, or what they look like. True strength lives in silence, in scars, in smiles that survive pain. Be kind, because one day, the person you look down on might be the one you look up to. If you were touched by Maya's story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Share this video to remind someone kindness costs nothing but means everything. Thanks for watching African Tales by Fine.